We all know of the first two world wars, but were you aware that there were many other world wars? So let me guide you through a brief history of the world wars. World War III was generally believed to be caused by a dramatic shift in economy and culture that left numerous surplus workers without jobs, facing a new cultural landscape, culminating in the election of a strong-armed politician with no experience who alienated the international community and increased violence throughout the world. World War IV was mainly caused by economic scarcity. Water became a rare substance to possess, starting in America as two simultaneous civil wars where the richest 1% all moved to around the Great Lakes and tried to create their own country, and violently rocketing to the rest of the world. World War V's main causes were the Eurovision Song Contest. NeoSpain won it for a disco funk infusion, but the award clearly should have gone to the irradiated Commonwealth of England for their beautiful contribution to the screaming genre. It was a 5-minute long scream. So the English pretty much went bananas. World War VI had some bullshit. World War VII, as the earth fissured and cracked, there were only 36 people still alive. One of them was Og. Og was a jerk, but unfortunately Og was also really cool. So he got like 10 people and just started to push around everybody else. And then Rex was like, dude, you can't do that. And Og was like, dude, I'm gonna. That killed off most of the human race. World War VIII. So all the human race is dead except for Jeff. Sometimes the war is within yourself, as Jeff had clinical depression. World War IX. Okay, so what do you think? Do you think that humans aren't around anymore? Did I mention that Jeff was also a genius who cloned himself? We have mini Jeffs now, multiple Jeffs running through the earth, gallivanting, trespassing. But a group of Jeffs from Australia was like, oi, this sucks. I think we should just gallop. And a group of Jeffs from what used to be called America were like, we don't think we should just gallop. Yeah, so a lot of people died in that one. World War X. Okay, this is a cool big one. It's been about 200 years since World War IX. It turns out that Archduke Ferdinand didn't get shot back in 1914. It turns out he was a time traveler. And he brings the entire nation of Austria-Hungary forward 1,000,000 years into the future. Then he gets shot again. Oops. A lot of kids got shot in this one. World War XI. People were getting pretty sick of all of these world wars, so they decided to bring back a real fun character. They brought back Mark Twain! Back as a robot/bear/platypus. Unfortunately, he didn't do much, and everybody started blaming everybody else. Boom, New World War. Now, this is it. This is the big one. World War XI. Or should I call it World War XI Part 1? Because the issue here really transives to another issue. So do you even go about your day and you're walking around and you see some people laughing, and the massive egotist that you are says, oh, they're talking about me. Guess what they are? And one day a wizard cast a spell to reveal that everybody was making fun of everyone else. And needless to say, this had a bunch of feelings, and a lot of dogs died. World War XI Part 2. The dogs take their revenge, and a lot of humans die in that one. So, World War XI. Dogs are pretty much in charge at this point. There are still some humans, but it's mostly dogs, and the dogs are certain that they're not going to fall into the human trap. And then a giant scream came up from the human resistance group, and they said, who wants a treat? So many babies died. World was biz. Humans and dogs have laid together. There is intermarriage now. There are dog humans, or you dogs. They go like, you know, we've got a pretty peaceful society. I don't think anything could screw this up. And a cat overheard that. And the cat was so angry that he immediately evolved into an intelligent life form and showed all the other cats how to do it. And then they all started to claw at people, and they somehow got a nuclear bomb, and they pretty much reduced everybody back to how they were before. So World War
Teen, you know this is going to be a good one.
Oscar-winning movies were made about it. That's right, the Oscars were still in business. So there are more than 20 trillion peoples on Earth at this point. Human beings really recovered from the last war. They were used to being obliterated now, and they were like a disease now, man, which caused everyone to secretly believe they were the heroes of their own stories, instead of the obvious hero in the story, Captain Lieutenant Dashmond Hampton. A bunch of people were killed in this one. Tragic. The most tragic death of all, though, was Becky Sanders of Ohio U. She would have been an okay nurse. So then it was World War XVI. Everyone was being a jerk. Then everyone shot everyone else, and humanity was over.